Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That is me, the Babbler. That is me on this revolutionary rise of an uprise at this time. And so, this is video number 5. Yes, I keep cutting them shorter, under 30 minutes, just so that Mercury, that is retrograde, doesn't go cuckoo on me and not allow me to post all these messages so free. Not that I'm blaming it on Mercury being retrograde. Okay, so if you're tuning in now, and this is the first video that you're starting to open up to see, I would advise you to see the description box below and see all the links to the videos that come before this one, and do so in order. You are free to do whatever it is that you want. You don't even have to watch this video in its full entirety. Some people don't. Take what resonates, let go what does not. If you do not like babbling, then click off. There are hidden gems within the babbles that are keys to many things. And so I have, and trust, because I have other stuff that I need to do, been trying to wrap this up, whatever is being transcribed through me at this time in regards to this Mercury retrograde inner light of evolutionary registering at this time, especially for the divine masculine and divine feminine energies that come here doing so much of their inner work themselves and having evolved and still continue to evolve and grow in that kind of way. Like this community of unity and that kind of growing establishment is pretty cool, right? But okay, so being the way showers, the one leading the way with new thought, with new waves, with new paradigms of thinking that blend, infuse, work together with Seven of Pentacles, work together with, I'm sorry, I will show you this card. I was just looking at it myself because that's what I like to do. I like to look at things myself and see what I see. This is about harvesting only the things that you need. Okay. Fruitful harvest, assessments, deliberation of choices. When you know the blending in together for your earthly roots on this plane of existence that you are working on with new thoughts and ways, creating these new waves. The way showers. Using what is already there. And making it grow. Making it grow. So, both Aqua and Piscean energies are heavily influencing our energetic environment, whether one acknowledges it or not. Aquarius, the innovator, the visionary, the free thinker, the rebel. Then you have Piscean energy, the dreamer, the mystic, the nurturer, did I say dreamer? Possibly. The believer, the empath, healer, sage, right? Now, if you want to look at it, and I'm going to do my best, from a infusion kind of level of ingredients, right? Happening here. You have a transit taking place, a transition period, which if you're tuning in now, no matter when you hear this message, these messages are timeless, even though I'm speaking from a time that is, we are on this earthly plane experiencing a Mercury retrograde in Western astrology believed to be Pisces and Vedic astrology believed to be Aqua, right? And just talking about both of these energies because they both exist, right? Now think about it. Anything that has been created and believed, think about it, the vortexes exist for both of these because you have just as many Western astrology believers as you do Vedic, you know? So it's not about who's right, who's wrong, and all this. It's what resonates, right? So both are right. Both exist. So since we understand things in a cycle too, then we know that for both belief systems of astrology, every sign has its time. So the in-between time before the sign makes its transformation or evolution into the next sign, if you're talking about it from an astrological perspective, not a personal one, like if you think about the evolution of signs and the progression forward in the cycle, in the wheel that we have grown accustomed to understanding it as, then, you know, if we were to speak it about evolution, every sign has evolved or taken from its predecessor, its previous life, everything actually, into this new life that comes with it its own system, its own characteristics, its own, like, you know, way. And this is the time we're asked to integrate. Like Pisces in Western astrology and most astrology is believed to be the final sign of the zodiac. Although Aries and Pisces both first, I talked about that before in other videos about the Ouroboros wheel and who's to say what is first, who's to say what is last. New beginning, end, cycle. One can be both. Either way. So the in-between time of this transitioning period that is invisible in textbook, because when someone writes down Western astrology or Vedic astrology and they write, oh, Sagittarius from November 22nd to December 20th, 21, whatever in Western astrology it is, that's under the sign of Sagittarius. But nobody's talking about the week leading up to November 22nd or the week leading up to December 21st, whatever, whenever transitions in Western astrology into Capricorn. right? Just because it's unspoken or not addressed doesn't mean that there isn't a transition occurring during those times. And so here you have the incubator. And this incubator, we as individuals ride out. And here is what creates our rebirth, or our birth, our new beginning. So whatever happens here in this incubation time, this transitioning time, will determine your energetic auric field and experience when you get to the other side of when you get to that new sign, right? Hopefully having taken with you the growth and the lessons and what has been taught or whatever, taking all of that with you and now infusing it with the new to create this new off of this alchemical mix. So that's kind of like, I'm trying, what's happening here. This transitioning time during this Mercury retrograde being highlighted, amplifying the energies around us that are heavily dominating or influencing our environment, and also affecting us each differently, yet individually, based off of wherever we are on our evolutionary scale of existence, that this transition time is what's being highlighted to be discovered during this Mercury retrograde season. I remember I noted last Mercury retrograde season, whenever that was and whatever sign I fell under, I can't even tell you. I noted that all was smooth and wonderful. That the experiences that have been noted to happen and stuff like that really didn't affect me. And that I was so like, wow. If anything, my communication during that time was further enhanced and made better. Right? And I was noting these notes and stuff. And so, again, we are each on different places of wherever we are on our evolutionary intellectual scale too. So, think about what we understand astrology to be about and just the two signs in themselves that are dominating the energetic fields right now. All right? And then also think about the individuals that are being affected, which is everyone in their own way, but think about the collective that we tap into, that of souls that are conscious and navigating their systems, right? And still learning a greater, bigger UFO that is a lot to get to know, right? I fell asleep. So, right. So with that being said, here we have two energies, which are ingredients that already exist with characteristics already ingrained into their energetic fields, right? Making it real. So you have the Piscean energy and the Aquarian energy. these two energetic influences. And also, I believe Pisces, they say Venus is exalted in Pisces, and so we have the planet of Venus influencing too the interaction, the intermingling that's happening with Mercury in Pisces, in Aquarius, sprinkling that love touch to the entire dynamic of, like, you know, the situation that's happening now, which is influencing our environments, right? So, oh, my leg fell asleep. Fine. So, what does that mean, right? That's what I've been saying for these last 5 videos. I'm like, Spirit, what does this mean? Like, what are you trying to say? Go back to sleep? No. Right. So, we're the way shores. That's said right? Light bearers. Teachers, students, doesn't change that kind of role and dynamic and stuff. Healers. The awake, right? And so, as we continue to do the work that we do, that inner work that we do, it contributes to a whole entire collective that is amazing, right? So there are some, if you stay through all this babbles, you are definitely one. Trust that create new and are the bridge to this utopian construct of harmonizing best and creating new waves that evolutionize gifting gain to our species development, you know, evolution. So Mercury being retrograde and our generational conditioning of understanding what that means, and then each of us from our own place having the challenges that we may now face or are going through, even though we are rising through, and, you know, still we're not exempt from any kind of challenges or things that we have to learn. The old system of thought that makes a do not list, do and do not list, only created that list because they failed or they have not yet explored or shared the solutions or creative outlets to shift, change, find a solution to these do's and do nots during these times. Or they say don't go against a planet or something far greater than you that exists and does what it is made to do and just does that, you know, and has nothing personal to do with you. It's just doing its role, it's playing its role, it's doing its job. But we have pre-existing energies like those that exist at our disposal. So, using the Aquarian and Piscean energies, such an odd couple, right? working together. This energy is working together. It's like you're at the stove and you're putting all these ingredients together. You're putting Aqua and Pisces together and you're mixing up this batch and you're creating this solution to many of the pollutions that you might, or you have, or you have overcome, you experience, you see, or you find that this is the pollutant that you have been sectioned off to transmute the most in your life, and so you're just recognizing the patterns of certain kind of toxicities or experiences that you have had that were of this kind of thing, and using this Piscean and Aquarian energy that is being amplified at this time due to its traveling, or it's shacking up right now with Mercury. A lot of the challenges, especially in the emotional realms of our hearts, that are being brought up is so that not deal with it or put it to the side and wait for Mercury retrograde to like go away, and then you can go back to that, if you will, at that later time, because everyone runs back to their emotions all the time. Highly unlikely. So there's some fun discovering that's happening here. To make a long story short, video number 5. Okay, that 2 of the main ingredients that you have at your disposal that you can use in your favor are the Piscean and Aquarian energies and their outlets of communication and their relationship with Mercury, and how solution filled these 2 eccentric energies joining forces are with their utopian mindsets are not choosing one over the other. They're infusing all the process and progress that has already taken place. And now during this transition, this incubation period, it's Shavasaning, I like Shavasana, it's Shavasaning us at this time, infusing us with the paradigm shifts needed, the energetic support needed to live more free, especially in the realms of the heart, especially in the realms of you can make your dreams come true, especially in the realms of alignment. All right, so that's what 5 videos and your patience and these babbles have created. You understanding that both energies here at play are ingredients for you to tap into knowingly from wherever you are whenever you are, wherever you are. And if you tune into this message at a later time and these energies are not at play, say Pisces and Aquas, then learn which ones are, because the message for you is then in that energy is where your ingredients are being offered to you. More ingredients, because you have plenty. And it's making, and it's building, and it's growing your stability, your foundations here on earth, in truth and purity, authenticity to yourself, because you're the one doing it, putting into, taking action. New wave. Alrighty, that's all I have to say. I guess I'll do a video number 6, sharing the message of this astrology reading cards. I probably won't call it that.